Hey, welcome back to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and comment. Let me know where y'all from and who you a fan of. Shout out to all the Dolph fans. Comment. Let's get right into it, man. So, Gotti was shocked by the feds when he found out that they got the info from his own brother. Like, this was crazy because he thought he told everybody from CMG to keep quiet and stay out of the limelight. But the thing is that, look, when the feds got this 99% rate, they already been watching CMG. They already were watching them since a long, long time ago, way before the Dolph stuff. Because y'all gotta understand, like the things that they got into, the little issues that they had before, even with their own selves. Once they grouped up, and it was too many people who was way too involved in the street and got way too much money to be all coming together in a group like that, for it not to be some type of basically a street group or something. So they was already watching them. Like, the CMG Ricos already been like looked at for years ago, and so now that they see, okay, so they got Black Youngster doing this, they got Moneybagg Yo doing this, they looked at it and they said, okay, who's the real people doing the dirt and know the most out of all the CMG? Because even after the Young Dolph incident and everything like that, there's a lot more people that know way more, but they just like in the depths of the CMG and they are not coming to the forefront. And so that's when they started paying close attention. They was like, wait, doesn't Yo Gotti got this brother? And the last time when they did the 100 shots, he was there with Black Youngster. Like, he actually was with him and they rode together. And so from that point on, they're like, okay, so if this guy was riding with Black Youngster, one of the ops, to a Young Dolph seed, and they're like, so what's stopping them from doing it again at the Makita's Cookies in that Bentley, that blacked out Bentley? Because that Bentley in that picture in front of Makita's, right in front of the Dolph scene, Dolph's arm out the window, the two guys running back to the getaway car. And if you look at the direction where that Bentley's headed, it's going straight to the airport. And that's where Yo Gotti came on his Instagram live, literally FaceTiming on Instagram 20 minutes after the whole thing happens, talking about he's on a plane, but everybody outside of the situation looking in on it says you can't be going live if you up 28,000 feet in the air. There's no service up there, and that plane, that private jet don't got Wi-Fi like that. And so they knew that he was still on the ground, which meant that Yo Gotti and them had to have been the ones that was in that Bentley driving by, because it all lines up. When if you was to look at it and say, well, it's a potential scenario because of the fact that it was headed towards that direction, they were where they were, and that Bentley belongs to one of them because of the fact that people have already talked about how they seen that same Bentley when Moneybagg Yo gave it to his girlfriend. It's like that's a CMG whip. So multiple CMG people was watching. And so when Big Jook got taken in for questioning and they asked him to give all the details, that's exactly what he told them. He told them about the Bentley. He told them about what Yo Gotti was doing and how he deleted his Instagram and the reasons for that. He told them about Black Youngster and, his girlfriend and how they got that Benz and how they got that, the two-door that you see everybody run into. And then they ditched that on Bradley Street. And then when they ditched it on Bradley Street, the tow truck came to get it the next day. But the dude who seen something happen or somehow tied in or knows too much, they ended up taking him out on Bradley Street. And so it was a lot of people that know a lot. That's why the Rico is going to be big. And it's like, we don't wish no Rico upon nobody, but it's like they did this, they did what they did, and they have all this stuff is based off of their own choices. And so if the feds is, look, we're just really looking at the situation and figuring out what's happening, how did this come about, what led to all of this. And now you see, okay, so when they had that dude drop on Bradley Street just for seeing the rental car and calling it in to the tow truck to tell them, hey, I found the getaway car, I want my reward. They were giving out, at that time, it was a $15,000 reward. And they even upped it from that. The reward wasn't even that much. Like, they didn't even really want nobody to snitch. They wanted to sweep everything under the rug and make it go cold case. But then, okay, that happens. Then next thing you know, when they did the memorial thing right there at the cookie shop, and the dude that was taking care of the memorial, making sure nobody came and did nothing crazy to it, he knew what was going on. He could peek into the windows of the Makita's cookies and he saw how everything was set up. He saw it was a chair with ropes around. They had ropes, things that you could use to basically, you know what I mean? So what you got to understand is they even had like the little gag ball or something like a t-shirt that you could use to put over somebody's mouth and everything. And so when the dude seen that, how it looked like it was the chair with the rope and the shirt, like it could even been a bag over somebody's head, like they could tied somebody up and made him sign a bunch of things. And you never know because at this point it's still undetermined that it was like 8 people inside of that cookie shop when Dolph was in there, and they saying Dolph was in there because they already said it happened on the inside. Yep, because the first things that you heard was that, oh, it happened on the inside of the store. Then they started changing their minds. It's because really a lot of people was thinking that he had a stash spot in there. He had a safe full of hundreds of thousands. He walked around with that chrome heart bag. And the way he pulled up in that Corvette, it's like we still haven't seen him pull up in that Corvette like that. The security footage still got to come out. Like a lot of people was wondering, how is it that he drove there with his brother and everything? But the past videos of him, he wasn't at the Ruth Chris's brother. He wasn't at the Benihana's parking lot when you seen that it was a whole struggle in the parking lot, and then the shoe gets left behind. Like, is that Dolph's shoe? Because when they really took that shoe, they haven't found a match since. It's like one shoe out there. So where is that other shoe? Is it in the back of the one of the U-Haul vans? Is it at the is it in the kitchen? Where do they have it at? So that's why a lot of people was wondering, just show him pulling up into the parking lot, because normally Dolph backs in. And so whoever pulled him forward, that's why they're saying they don't believe that it was even him that drove, and that whoever was there, they all drove separately. It was like 6 cars following him that day. You had a lot of cars following him. Moneybagg Yo's white Corvette. Somebody said they seen that in the background of that gas station. And that gas station surveillance footage was like it's not even the surveillance. It was from somebody pumping the gas and they seen Dolph pulling up. And so it was confirmed on Facebook that that wasn't even that same day. That was like a day or two before. And Dolph family said that he was actually gone for 2 days, but they never came back to ask him about that. They never came back to ask him when was the last time you seen Dolph, because that first week when everything was fresh, yeah, they asked him at that time. They said, we haven't seen dude in 2 days. And then next thing you know, they go on with the storyline saying, yeah, he went out to go get the cookies at 8 and 9 in the morning. But then with Snoop Band's, when he tells his side of the story, Snoop Band says that they were supposed to shoot a music video and that he called him at 9 in the morning. So how is it that at first they say they didn't see him in 2 days, then they hear about him at the cookie shop, and then they change their story to, oh yeah, he was going to get cookies at 8 and 9 in the morning when the store literally just is opening up right now. And then Snoop Bands is trying to say, yeah, we was actually going to do a music video there. He didn't say anything about them getting cookies or picking up sweets or any snacks for anybody. So that's the thing, is that they done messed up right there. The stories do not add up. They do not match. And Snoop Bands is the last person that Dolph called. And he's the one saying that they were supposed to do a video there, that he was supposed to meet up with him. So that doesn't go along with them going to get the cookies from there. It more likely adds up to either they were going to do a music video or he was going to go pick up money from his safe inside that manager's office. And so, allegedly, with everything being said, right? And now when you go back and look at it after all these months and like a whole year and a half later, it come to find out that really could have been what was going on. Like, it's still unclear, and they never showed you him pulling up there. And like they were saying, he was on his phone, and they were in the corner and everything like that, at the windows. But the thing is that, a lot of people were saying how the stuff looked like it came from the inside of the store going to the outside as somebody that was in there. They still haven't listed the names of everybody that's in there. They still haven't showed him walking in or anything like that store being open that day. And it's like they could have sold the footage. They could have edited it at this point. It's probably subpoenaed or something that is never going to be released. And that whoever they got right now, the straight drop dude, the Devin Burns, the Cornelius, and Sean Dale, like they're probably just gonna go ahead and they okay with just keeping those guys and just not even continuing with the rest of the Dolph thing. But a lot of people, they know they want to get justice for Dolph. And so it's not even over. And it's like really just the beginning of this, because now that they got all the details from Big Jook, now you see them take out the little guys, the pawns, the chess pieces. And now they going for the big dogs, the higher ups. They going for a lot of people, the puppet masters that's pulling the strings of what really went on that day and, what's going on behind CMG and all the stuff that's happening in the streets. So what y'all got to understand is that there's a lot more details that's about to come out. And so stay tuned for some big breaking news that's coming in the next video. And I'm going to catch you there. Subscribe, comment, like. Peace.